Okay.
All right, now we're live on YouTube. So guys, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself so everybody can know a little bit more about each other. So Adriana, could you start? What can you say about you?
Okay, hello guys. My name is Adriana. I'm living in Belém City, state of Pará. I am biomedical. Now I start my PhD, and in my free time I like listening music and walk with my mother. Is
Very
it?
nice. Very, very nice. And how about you, Dani? What can you say?
Hello everyone. Hello girls. Um, my name is Dani. I'm living in São Paulo. And today I am I am in place the very noise. Sorry of this. But continues. I am Daniela. I'm living in São Paulo. I am 35 years old. Uh, I am software developer, but now I am unemployed. And I am looking for other opportunities. In my free time, I like watch series, watch move. That's it.
Very nice. That's always a pleasure having you here. And now I wanna know about Leticia. What can you say, Leticia? Oh, I think she's frozen. So Etienne, go ahead.
Hello, girls. Hello, YouTube. My name is Etienne. I am 29 years old. I am married. I have a dog. Uh, I live in Guaíba, in the Rio Grande do Sul. And I think it is it in the moment.
Very nice. And Leticia, are you back?
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry.
No problem. Go ahead. What
Um,
can I say?
okay. Hello everyone. My name is Leticia. I'm 32 years old. I live in Rio, and I work with project management at the IT area. Um, I'm here to improve my English and let me see. I love Japanese food and traveling all the road. So I think that's it. Nice to meet
Very
you.
interesting. Nice to meet you all here. That's always a pleasure. And how about you, Tanya? What can you say about yourself? Tanya?
My name is Tânia. Ah, não sei como te diz, moro em São Paulo.
You live in São Paulo, yeah?
I live em São Paulo. Tem mais alguma coisa que tem que falar que eu não lembro?
Anything you
Acho
want.
que é só.
Okay, very nice to meet you here. That's a pleasure. And I hope you are welcome. And of course, enjoy as much as you can the immersions, the conversation, and all. So now I want to know about Camila. She just entered the room. Hi, Camila. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine, and you?
I'm great. Thanks for
Sorry for being
asking.
late.
No problem. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Camila. I'm 20. I'm a student of law. I like in my free time read. I also like to draw and do. Now I am doing some sports also. I think that's all for me.
Okay, that's nice. And guys, about me, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm Alta Vares. I'm from São Paulo. I live here. I like to study languages, to travel, to I love eating. I love animals, especially dogs. And that's it about me, I can say, or at least that I remember now. And just telling some things about the platform. Here's a platform where we can practice English, Spanish, Italian, French, and Mandarin. In the future, we'll be able to practice other languages too. And here's a safe place to make mistake. This is not a class. This is just a conversation. And I'm not a teacher, so I'm not going to teach you anything, but everybody's going to learn a lot from each other's point of views, experiences, and that's it. And just to remind you guys, this is a conversation 100% in English. Of course, we can say some words in Portuguese if that's necessary, but it's mainly in English, okay? Well, today's topic is planning a trip. That means we're going to talk about traveling and what we do to travel, all of that. For me, it's so interesting, and I hope you guys like it. And just, of course, I'm maybe you guys noticed, but I'm not Yasmin. She couldn't be here. That's why I'm here, but we are going to follow the conversation normally. So since we are in 7 people, I'm going to split the rooms so everybody can have more time to speak, okay? So just one moment until I can create the rooms, and then we start the conversation, the conversation itself. So just one moment. Is yeah, that's it. So for those who are going to be in the other room, please be respectful. Everybody's going to have time to speak, so that's the same rule. Let's respect each other's time and moments. So that's it. Let's see. Yeah. So 10 minutes before the end of the conversation, everybody will come back to the main room, and then we're going to finish the conversation. See you all in a few minutes, and that's it. Let's just wait, guys. Girls, actually. I'm calling you guys, but it's girls. Let's just wait until they can go. Yeah. Tanya, you have received an invitation. So if you can click on it, you can go to the other room, ok? Se você puder clicar e aceitar o convite que você recebeu aí para ir para outra sala, para outra turminha, pode clicar. Yeah, that's it, guys. Girls. So talking about the first question, that is actually number 2. Leticia, could you start reading it and then answering?
Okay. What is the first thing you consider when you're planning a trip? Let me see. I think the first thing is to search a hotel and look at the flights or available, and the values, know if it's in my budget or not, and how is the best hour to go. I think we have to start about this in my replay and have the question to do this first.
Let's see. And how's that for you, Danny? What is the first thing you consider when planning a trip?
So, first of all, I consider the place. When I choose the place, I consider by ticket, by ticket in sales for ticket, and then I looking for hotel or Airbnb, and I consider compared to the place with um with place with price, because sometimes I choose uh places places very far, but it's very stressful because this place is so far, is stressful for me. And then today I consider price place with price. That's
Yeah,
it.
this is so important too. And I'd say it's kind of like that for me. Like the first thing I think about is the destination, like where do I wanna go? And then where I'm staying, because I feel like that's the main point. When when I arrive there, I need to be somewhere. I need to have a place to let everything. And to be to to be free, like to leave the things there, and that's it. So talking about it, I'd say I would rather the hotels. Of course, it can be Airbnb, and sometimes the price is better. So that's why, and you have more privacy. I'd say if that's a home only for you, that's better. But like I really like the experience at the hotel because everything's clean and everything's white. So you go to the room and that's all great. I'd say. And I want to know, Danny, which one do you like the most? Like to stay at a hotel, at a hostel, at a Airbnb, something like that. What do you like?
I like Airbnb because the price is better for me, and um, the privacy is better in the at an Airbnb.
Yeah, that's a great point. And how about you, Tanya? About number two?
Eu não sei responder em inglês ainda, mas planejamento de viagem eu acho que começa a partir do momento que eu vejo onde que eu quero ir, decido o que eu quero fazer e como que eu vou fazer a viagem e os passeios. Verifico a localidade, mas eu não consigo falar inglês, então fica meio.
No problem. If you want to, you can stay today in today's conversation as a ouvinte, like you can hear all of us saying and all. If that's better for you,
É
you can
melhor
choose.
ser ouvinte, que daí eu consigo entender e fico prestando atenção.
Okay, no problem. So that's okay. And Danny, about the next question, number three. What are some essential items you always pack when traveling? Is there anything like that?
Yes, some essential items. For me, uh, currently is my condicionador de cabelo. My for my hair because is the place is terrible terrible finding products. I my hair is stay terrible.
Yeah. And how's that for you, Leticia?
I agree with Danny. But I think um, some drugs, if I can say like this, it's like medicaments or comfortable shoes. I think very essential for my trips because we have to walk a lot and to see the famous places and these things and local money for an emergency or like something like this, and travel documents like passports and IDs. I think that's important too.
Yeah, these documents, I can say, is very important too. And of course, taking them, but also let me see. One more thing, I'd say about the phone, of course, always with me. But talking about the clothes, I really think clothes are one of the main things because I like to try at least simple to bring simple things like clothes that I can change and with different ones so that can be better for me to take care no to take less weight basically, but also having these comfortable clothes, not to passar perrengue of only having these uncomfortable clothes or shoes. That's one of the most important things I'd say to really consider and to really know which items, which clothes you are bringing with you because it's terrible when you only have these a few specific clothes and they are not great for you. But that's something we really need to think about before. And Leticia, about the next question, what can you say about it? Can you read it?
Yes. How do you organize your travel documents, like tickets and passport? Um, Let me see. I think that I normally organize it a week earlier or sometimes more than that, and I all the time certifying that the documents are there and in my backpack or something. Um, Sometimes I organize that a a month earlier, depends of the trip. And because if something that goes wrong, I can solve the problem or do something. So I think I organize with time, just because of this.
Nancy, and do you like, if you are traveling with more people, are you like the mom of the group, or taking everyone's documents to stay all together, or you are the one who leaves everything to another person?
No, I think I send a checklist for everyone, and oh, you have to bring these with you, certifying this, and when I go to organize my things, I send another message for them, and oh, certifying again if everything's with you. But I give the responsibility with them. I'm not bringing
That's
it
important.
for me.
Yeah, sometimes when I put myself in the position like I cannot believe another person, I cannot trust on another person to take care of that because it's so unique, it's yours. Like if you lose some of that, you're going to have some trouble, so some problems. But me too. Like if I can, I'm not taking care of that. But if I need to, of other people's documents, I'm going to do that because I know I am responsible. I know about me. I don't know about other people, but I know about me. So I know I'm going to keep that safe and sound.
Yes, right.
And how's that for you, Danny?
So I am very insecure about this. Uh, for me, I need um, I have the paper and I have it virtual because uh, if I lost one, I have other. And let me see one more. That's it. That's it. Sometimes that's it.
Okay. I feel like it's for me, I always like I should, and I think everybody should do that actually. Not that I do, but that everybody should do, like everything, let everything together in a pasta, in a, something like that. So everything is together and you don't lose anything. So that's one thing we need to think about, and also to think about almost every possibility that can happen. So, okay, I need to, I don't know, rent a car. Which documents do I need to do to really conseguir it? Conseguir, conseguir isso. So, okay, I need the ID, I need all the documents. So that's something that I really intend to do and recommend people to do too. And Leticia, about the next question, number 5, what is it? What is your strategy for booking flights or accommodation? Do you have one?
Um, mm, Let me think. I think book flights or accommodation as early as possible, because the price is cheaper than if you have to book in the same month or the same week if you want to travel. Um, so I think the principal strategy. I do.
Very nice. And do you like more the travels, like just a small trip here on Brazil, like just in another state, in another city, or do you like more the international ones to other countries and all?
I like both, but sometimes trips in Brazil are the same price to go to Europe or USA, maybe. And if it happens, I prefer to go outside. Um, but I think, mm, yeah, okay, I prefer to go outside.
I would rather that too, even though I didn't have the opportunity yet, but I know it's for the moment because I know in the future I'll do that somehow, and I do think about this question. Like, as you said, just to try to plan everything and to try to buy them as earlier as I can, and also with the strategies of looking for the flights on different moments of the day because I've already heard people talking about it because in the madrugada, early morning, it's cheaper. So I don't know if that's real, but I do think that can be real. And so having these wide open eyes for these little things that we don't think about in the daily life, but when we are really planning to do something bigger like that, it's so important because every little cent that comes out of our pockets is important because in the amount when we are going to see it all together, we see, oh my god, I didn't should have spent so much money on this, but every cent matters, I'd say. And how's that for you, Danny?
I don't have a specific strategy, but uh, the only to this is track the price with Google Flights. I observe the price, the up price, the down price, the 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 better time I buy the ticket. But this only strategy. This only strategy.
Let's see. And would you like in your next next trip, like here in Brazil to another city, another state, or abroad to go to another country?
I would like a abroad, but I don't know why. I think my next travel is uh, Brazil. Brazil in north of Brazil and Piauí. I like it, but I don't know
Why?
because the last year I I traveled in Nordeste, Salvador, Recife, João Pessoa, e, e eu não conheci Piauí. I like, I would like know Piauí now. Só
Very
faltou
nice. I
Piauí.
hope you I hope you can go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody will be na torcida for you.
Thank you.
And Leticia, about the next question, number 6. Can you read it and answer?
Okay. Do you prefer creating a detailed itinerary or going with the flow during a trip? Um, I prefer creating an itinerary for organize the trip and all things we want to do. But if in the trip I want to go something or somewhere it's not planned to in my itinerary, I think it's okay, and I can change the plans and go. I don't see any problem with this.
Yeah, that's something as I said, I don't travel very much nowadays, but do intend to travel more in the future. And I do think like that's a really great point that you said. I feel like it's great having some days, in my case at least, with kind of a not a itinerary that I follow with people, a group of people where everybody's together. No, but to know where I want to be in which days, which moments, and of course to buy the tickets for the place if that's something bad that I can really pay before and maybe get a better price for it, but also to leave some days free without any plan so I can really get to know the place and um, just to walk without a destination around the city.
Yes, to know more of the city, right? Like a local.
Yeah, and that's something interesting that you said, being in the trying to understand to see how the people that really lives there lives. So because sometimes it's different when we are tourists, because things are more expensive, and the vibe is different. But when you can go to another place in another bairro, I forgot, block,
Neighborhood, maybe?
neighborhood, yeah, that's it. In another neighborhood, it's totally different because it's more where people live and it's not so messy with so many people. So that's great having this experience, this both experiences, I'd say.
Yes.
Very nice. And how's that for you, Danny? How do you see it?
So, I prefer created detailed itinerary, but I totally agree with Leticia because if in somewhere I I could change the itinerary. I I change it if, without a problem because is itineraries don't have a escrito em pedra. I I I change it depending to the locals if I like it more or less. I change it.
Very interesting. And do you like when you travel in a group, like everybody can need to be together or only by yourself?
Um, in group is very difficult because more people to decided for one for example with five people for choice one place for each. It's terrible because one people like chicken, or people are like beef, or people are like soup. Is difficult for me. It's better travel the maximum two, three people, or if if in group, this person, this group, it's having elas têm que ser muito the same ideas because it's terrible uh, take decisions about anything.
Yeah, this
Yes.
can be very confusing, right?
Yes. I think in this case, planning every step you want to go and with everyone is important because you will not spend so much time in local to decide something.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to balance to see that. Of course, it's not I'm going to go with a person that I don't know. No, you're going to travel with somebody you know, but because maybe that can be cheaper, talking about some things, because you can split the bill between you both or more people. So that can be great in that aspect. But talking about dealing with many people, sometimes you just want to be by yourself. You just don't want to people around you, and that's not possible in that case. So we need to balance and to see what we really want for that trip, and that's really important. And Leticia, about the next question, number 7. How do you decide on a budget for your trip?
That's the difficult one. I think making some estimations for food and guide tour, maybe. For example, when I have a trip with my husband, we normally make something like 100 euro for or dollar maybe for a day for us two. Um, so in all day we have to spend this or less, more never. So we estimate something like this to um, have a budget in the end, and we want to share things, okay? But normally it works with us.
And did you spend more than you wanted to spend in this trip that you said, or you were okay, you didn't pass the limits?
Um, Sometimes it happens, but it's like montanha russa, roller coaster, I think. Because some days we spend less than very less when you have to lunch some salgadinho or something like that. And another day we spend a little bit more, so it depends. At the end, it works. Then we make some value and we stay there, or something like little less. But I think that's the way.
Yeah, I see that, and I feel like sometimes it's not sometimes, but at least one day of the trip, it's important, it's great to spend a little more, or at least to save from the other days for us to have a one day, one specific day better that we can eat something different, something a little bit more expensive, but that we know just to have this experience, let's say. Having this planning, I think it's so great. And as you said, it's part of the some things can change, some things can be different, or at least the food we are eating on the during the week is cheaper. But then on the weekend we can do something different, and that's totally great, totally fine. And at the end, everything is equal. Like if we had one regular week, for example.
Yes, right.
Very nice. And what do you think of this, Danny?
So, I researched before. First, I chose the place. I research about this. I use a lot TikTok because in TikTok the persons speaking a lot the true and não é patrocinado. For me is the truth. Some informations. After research, I try the price, the median price. It's not a lot or not more or not less, but the medium price because it depends the day. I spend more or I spend less, or depend the my mood. But I think I try do this. I try do yes.
Yeah, these points of reflection, not points of reflection, but having this comparison, I think that's the word, with other
Yeah.
opinions, right, is important.
Yes.
And do you use like sites, websites as Reclame Aqui, all of these ones? Do you use it?
No. It's dependent. If I go the new place, I I research in Reclame Aqui or other sites because o golpe tá aí, né? But Reclame Aqui is not more, no more, no much, but I use.
That's it. Yeah, I do. I try to do the same thing, especially when it's something somewhere far away where I am from where I am. And of course, if I have somebody by my side that I can count on, for example, if that's something travel to another country that you never went, you don't have any experience about that, maybe having another person more experienced that maybe you pay for, but it's cheaper than going by yourself and trying to discover everything by your own, and maybe you can cair em ciladas. So having this person that you can count on, maybe that can be more, that can be better for the results of the trip itself. And Danny, about the number 8, could you read it and answer?
Sure. Do you use travel apps or websites to help organize your trip? Which ones? And I use a lot maps because uh, I see the locals in the market in the map, and after I use the map for the 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 check for places to check. I use TikTok, but TikTok is not about travel, but uh, have this information there. And let me see one more. Um, Splitwise too. Splitwise is app. App. It's the price the slice the slice they buy. For example, I buy one thing. I I want to divide the other two or three peoples. I put in app. This app I divided the same price for three or four peoples. That's it.
Okay, I see. I didn't know this app. I'm going to search for him for it because it seems to be really interesting. So at least to know more about it. And how do you do that, Leticia?
Um, Danny, if you can write at the chat for the name of the app first, it's really interesting. Uh, for me, I use the map too and the Wanderlust app. Um, it's a kind of the same with Danny explained, but we can put on there our plans for the day, maybe, and share with the group. And at least we can just share our bills or something we have to buy and some these things. It's very nice too, but I think it's important because when we have to share bills, it's a kind of messy, and someone forget to pay you, and you forget to pay someone, and I think it helps very much. Um, I think that's it.
That's very interesting too. And I didn't know any of these two apps, so I'm going to search about them. And let me see. I don't actually use, like, of course, the Google Maps. I use that. I can say, like, if I'm going to another place and it gets expensive, talking about the public transportation or Uber, that can be BlaBlaCar. It's something great having to have this access. And let me see. Yeah, I think that these ones, when I need to remember something, I usually do two things depending on the situation. If I need to remember something, I send on a group of WhatsApp where it's just me so that I can remember then after a while when I read that again. And of course, when it's something that I need to remember right away, like I need to pay someone, I don't know in any one specific situation of that, but on the alarm, on the relógio, the phone, because I can be remembered in these two specific places or situations actually. But any different, more different than that, just the usual ones. I think one really important thing that we can use is a planilla for our for the money that we spend. So it's important to really know it, so we can have one idea of, okay, going to this place, it costed me like 5,000. Okay, but going to another one and staying more days, that can be X thousand, something like this, so we can really have this control of what is happening or what we can do with the money that we have or don't have, but we can get. And then about the next question, number 9, how do you make sure you're prepared for unexpected situations during your travels? Do you think you feel you are ready for that or not?
I don't know. Uh, Let me see. How do you make sure that I I never prepared this some same situations because is inesperado is surprise is difficult is prepared, but I I try I try tento me virar. I try. That's it.
Yeah, as you said, I feel like we are never totally 100% prepared for something. Anything can happen, and something that we didn't expect, and we need to have this flexibility to deal with these unexpected events that can happen and will happen certainly, because it's part of the journey. If we don't have any unexpected events, it's not right. Something's missing, and that's it. And how's that for you, Leticia? How do you make sure of it?
I agree with you, girls. We are never prepared for this. Uh, but I think making sure that you are hiring travel insurance is the more important thing. So if you have to use, okay, you just call the secure and resolve for me, okay? And maybe planning everything is possible, but I have sure that something is going wrong. As you said, Mel, if something's not going wrong, it's not surgery.
Yeah, we need to have that in mind. But I do have to confess that if something's going on, like with the suitcase, like at the airport, some things can happen during the process. And if I see that, because people, especially here in Brazil, don't care about your suitcase, so they joga that and that's it. So if I see that, or at least in even in a video on the internet, I get so so why do you do that? It's not necessary, but I get angry, and if that happened to me, or the suitcase desaparecer, that's always a even more stressful situation. Just we're not prepared to that, but it's even worse, I'd say. So that's totally you know something that we shouldn't worry about, but we don't have to. There's nothing we can do, I'd say. And I want to know now from the girls from the other room, how was the conversation there?
It's a great conversation. Other classmates have to leave us, but me and Adriana, we are talking about the websites and things about the travels. How I say. Eu expliquei para ela my situation because in the Rio Grande do Sul we don't have airport funcionando ainda, por causa da enchente, e então eu vou falar em português, os custos estão hoje em dia para se organizar estão um pouquinho mais caro para nós aqui, porque a gente tem que economizar bastante.
Nasi, but nowadays it's only by the bus, like that, by bus.
People use the bus for to go other city in canoas and take their plane, or people take a bus and go to Florianopolis to be fighting. It's happen. It's how it's happened in the days.
Nasi. It's complicated, right? But I hope everything gets fine as soon as possible, because we know it's not a joke what happened there, where you are, and that was a really bad thing, but I hope everything gets fine. So guys, I want to ask you guys one more. I keep saying guys, but it's girls. Girls, I want to ask you guys, girls, one more question that is not on the list, but I would like everybody to answer. And the question is, what did you learn today in the conversation? It can be about a new word, an expression, a new tip that you're going to follow in your next travel, trip, anything. So Adriana, could you start? What can you say?
In the conversation, I remember when I travel. Now I don't travel. I don't travel so much, but I think I need to travel too. But I don't have so much time for travel and money too. Is the conversation for me is was very cool for the learning new words, learning the various situations, the peoples. Uh, it was cool.
Very nice. Thank you very much for being here. That's always a pleasure meeting people here. And I want to know now about Etienne. What did you learn?
I think I learned the various situations when were happening with the Adriana and Camila, uh, because I think we the same how would say same places, because I think to travel in Brazil and go to other country is very complicated for us. It's not just because we don't have a airport funcionando in my case here, but the situation the economic situation is very complicated for us because everything is so expensive, and to travel, and everything I do to be with in the case I have to a trip. I need to search for the best prices, the more economic, because it's very difficult to search the good price, and so you need to search everything to take a best prices, I think. Vocês me entenderam mais ou menos, né? Então, é isso aí.
Yeah, about the price, it's part of the process. If we just go with the first one, that with the first thing that appears in front of us, that's almost 100% sure that's not the best option, talking about the amount of money that you're spending on it. So that's really important that you said. And how about you, Leticia? What did you learn?
Mm, I have learned more about the app for travel. It was very cool. And um, let me see, new words. And I like the conversation at all. It was a very good conversation.
Very nice. I really enjoyed this too, and I'm glad I was able to be here with all of you. And how about you, Tanya? In your second immersion, how was that for you?
Eu não entendi a pergunta.
Como foi para você? O que você aprendeu aqui na conversação, sendo essa a sua segunda conversação de todas, né, aqui na plataforma?
Olha, eu prestei bastante atenção para poder entender o que você estava falando. Eu entendi que está falando sobre como que é o seu processo para você fazer uma viagem, como que é a viagem, como que é o local da viagem. Deu para entender algumas coisas, outras não, mas por enquanto foi isso que eu entendi. Foi legal o processo, mas eu não consegui entender muita coisa.
Aqui, pelo fato dessa imersão ser a imersão geral, ou seja, é mais, né, quase 100% em inglês. Ali você vê que às vezes a gente falava uma palavra ou outra em português, mas era geralmente em inglês. E se você quiser ter mais essa coisa de falar em português, que não tem problema algum, você pode ir na imersão, principalmente na de iniciante, que o pessoal pode falar, se quiser falar tudo em português, pode falar em português, entendeu? E
É,
aqui não que aqui não possa falar, mas lá todo mundo pode se comunicar em inglês, português, então lá é bem muito tranquilo em relação a isso.
eu descobri praticamente 2 dias que tem essa imersão, mas eu já me cadastrei. Agora é
Não, você
só.
pode vir também, sem problema algum. É mais para você, se quiser ter essa experiência também. Não muda muita coisa, mas você tem mais esse apoio do português também.
Ok.
Então, muito bem-vinda novamente.
Tá.
Yeah. And for last but not least, Dani, what did you learn?
So, today was great. I learned about new words. I learned about new pronunciations, and it's very interesting. See how other people pronunciation the words. I learning more listening and speaking a lot. It's very, very good.
Yeah, very, very nice, guys. Thank you all very much for being here. Eu coloquei o link do survey no chat, então se vocês puderem clicar e avaliar como foi a conversação para vocês, informarem o que vocês mais gostaram e se tiverem outras ideias de diferentes temas, é só colocar lá também. Eu coloquei no chat também para quem estava na outra sala, o nome dos aplicativos que foram mencionados aqui, que eu vou até pesquisar para saber como funcionam. E, claro, gente, eu tenho 2 imersões na terça-feira, uma às 9 da manhã, que é a imersão geral, mais em inglês, e a de iniciantes às 4 da tarde. So, quem quiser ir lá, pode aparecer por lá, que vai ser sempre muito bacana ter todo mundo. E, especialmente a Tânia, fique à vontade, seja muito bem-vinda novamente. And I hope to see you again very soon, okay? So, thank you all
Obrigada.
very much. And bye-bye. See you.